Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a State of the Market video. Today is June 26, 2021. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it. It helps me out. And I hope you find some value in this content, okay? Let's get started. Starting with the SPX, as we always do. And so there's a breakout this week, right? We were coming into the week, we were looking like this underneath moving averages, and week was a very, very good week. It is breaking out to all-time highs. RSI, as you can see, has not made a new high yet. That's something to be said for that. And if you look at the equal weight S&P, so equal weight S&P has not broken out yet, right? So there's something to be said about that too. This is obviously, maybe the participation isn't as good as it may feel. As you know, Amazon got rejected again in this area. Maybe, it makes some kind of VCP and breaks out eventually. But as of right now, you can see that Amazon got rejected, whereas Apple, again, kind of a down day, but has not been completely rejected yet from this area. They're both just going sideways, and those are the two largest players. Let's see what Microsoft did. All right, Microsoft is breaking out. So you see Microsoft breaking out, Apple, Amazon, not quite yet. We'll see if this breakout holds, if this is a false breakout. Volume is suspect at best, but we don't know anything yet except SPX broke out and RSP has not, right? That's important. Now looking at the Qs. All right, so I've been watching this area for a while, right? So I took, highs and lows. This 368, I've said between 350-ish and 370, somewhere in there, 360 and 370. That's the important area. And there was some space coming into this week to move higher, and we did. The index did move higher. Now it is roughly, let's try to get this about right, 5.5% or so away. So there's still some space here, right, for indices to potentially move higher. Look at the equal weight of the Qs. And again, you see this beautiful breakout. Look in here. And oh, look at that. That's actually nice to see. RSI is starting to break out above this trend line too. I think that's a very positive situation right there. Nice trend higher. Again, could we come back and retest 8170-ish, possibly 8150 maybe, and then move higher? Yeah, that's a good possibility. We're starting to get extended from these moving averages, so that wouldn't shock me. Also, we're 1 week out from 4th of July. Holidays and vacations and all that kind of stuff are going to really start to kick into effect, especially towards the end of this next week coming up. So yeah, some volatility and touchback, that's very possible. And this is the equal weight QQQ. Looking at the regular QQQ, again, extended, but nothing that's, uber concerning. And that's a nice positive look to it. IWM has not broken out yet. That's something to take note of. So it's lagging the other two, if you want to put it that way. Again, just sideways consolidation since February. Not doing anything wrong though, right? It's kind of, got this higher low look to it. Maybe it comes back, tests these moving averages one time, and then maybe breaks out. That'd be nice and positive. We don't know what's going to happen, but again, it's just lagging a little bit. All right, let's just keep moving here. XLF started breaking down, and then interest rates went higher, and we'll get into that in a second, and it popped right back up. Again, away from all-time highs, so not leading right now, but at least this week showing some participation, and this waterfall type effect did not continue, so that's a positive. SMH, maybe my most important and favorite one of them all, has not broken out yet. All right, so there's that, right? SMH is not leading now. We're seeing other sectors lead. Qs are broken out. SMH has not. Divergence? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, too soon to tell, I think. Now if this, breaks back down and gets below 240, this 244.80-ish at level, I think that'd be a negative for the market big time. But it's not showing that right now. Right now, it's just right near all-time highs, and moving averages are starting to align bullishly. Right, we like that. So we'll see if we can break out again. I don't love that QQQs broke out and SMH isn't leading the charge forward, but I don't have to love it. So that's not my job. All right. Let's look at lumber. So lumber, I think, was really a leading indicator, and I always think it is. That's why we look at it as an indicator. A lot of people start talking about it, as it went kind of parabolic in here. That's not why we look at it. It's not a trade. Now, this particular week, though, decent week in lumber, right? But the trend is still lower, right? The moving averages are still bullishly aligned lower. So I wouldn't be shocked or surprised, and if you look here, this candle, that's a reversal candle, severely overbought. This bounce was kind of expected. And so this next week will be interesting. Do we continue higher in lumber and these moving averages start to become bullishly aligned? Or does this roll back over and try to retest this area and then we see what happens? Don't know, but I'd continue to watch lumber to give maybe some clues on what the market's going to do. Again, it usually looks, forward, 3 to 6 months or something to that nature. It's been pretty ugly, again, starting in May. So will this be, if this rolls over here, will this tell us that there's more downside to come in the market? Maybe. Nothing's a perfect indicator, but I think I'd watch this to see what this does going forward. All right, that's lumber. Let's look at interest rates, because I think that was interesting on Friday, right? And on Friday, I think some inflation numbers came out or something, and interest rates, big spike, right? Big up here. So, was this just, let's go to, I think this kind of shows it a little bit better. Let's just go to a weekly chart. So was this a bull flag? And then basically we start to break out of, maybe draw some kind of trend line like that. And does this get broken out of like that? And then interest rates are zooming higher. Well, that'd be a huge negative on the growth sector, right? Again, we'll just zoom out just a little bit, show you why this area is important, right? This area could be holding as support right now, and interest rates could be going higher. I think if they do, 2% is a lock, and 3%, ish. There's 3% right there. So I think 3% is possible. I think, if we break the trend line, I think 2% is very, very likely. And again, 3%, it's like a percentage gain. This went up 200%, right? It's a huge move. That'd be only 80%. Okay. Either way. So yeah, I mean, this looks like a bull flag in interest rates to me. Again, but it still has to break out. It has to confirm. This could roll back over again. Let's fix this trend line just a little bit. Right. So that's something to watch. I think growth names could definitely get hurt if this continues to move higher. We'll find out. Looking at bond spreads, though, I think that shows a different picture. Here's bond spreads, and we had a breakdown. That's a positive for the market, right? That is something that is, we'll put in the bullish camp at this point. So I kind of really like the way that looks. We broke down pretty hard off this area. It's moving lower. So structurally, to me, this doesn't look like the market's falling apart. We don't see these big spike ups. We're seeing continued tightening in the credit spreads. And so that's definitely positive. VIX, nice and low, trending market, bullish market, nothing bearish about this. Put call ratio, we've had some spikes into this the extreme bullish range, but that's normal. Right now, it's kind of just bullish complacency, chugging right along type of stuff. Nothing fancy to really talk about with the put call ratio, right? It's not showing any kind of extremes. Maybe complacency is the best way to put it, right? Value line geometric index, continues not quite making all-time highs, right? So you're seeing, again, SPX and Qs making all-time highs, but the value line is not confirming that. And we are still having a divergence show up. This divergence has been going on for a while, right? I mean, technically it started all year, right? So 6 months now. So we're not saying that this is the week that this is going to roll over and break down or anything like that. But one of two things are going to happen. This is going to go move higher, and this downtrend line is going to break, right, on the RSI, or this is going to roll over and it's going to confirm this divergence on the RSI, right? Those are our two options. I mean, I guess it could go sideways too, but okay, so three options. But it's still in play. And so it's something that I think we still have to be aware of. Let's look at gold. There's really no reason to be involved in gold, right? I mean, let's look at on the weekly chart. Yeah, I kind of like the line better. Look at what it's doing. I mean, maybe it's making a rounding, some kind of inverse head and shoulders here in this corner, and this is one gigantic inverse head and shoulder. It's very possible, right? But as of right now, it's not proving anything. It's got this, something like that going on. It definitely has to break above 174, 175 for me to even be interested. And then it may become interesting above 175, but below 175, 174, not interested in it, right? Because I don't know what it's going to do. Now, the most interesting chart of the weekend is going to be Bitcoin. Here's the Bitcoin futures. Get rid of that. And let's just move this here, right? So here's Bitcoin futures. And as we can see, this is the most important area. And right now we keep playing with this, 568. Let's just go to the chart that everyone sees, which is Bitcoin dollar. Where are you at, Bitcoin dollar? Let's do this. I have it actually on my chart. There we go. So here's Bitcoin dollar. All right. And again, this 30,000 area keeps holding. All right. But it's been tested now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6, 7. This, again, it's a range. But it did it back here a bunch of times. Now, this is obviously a little bit more pronounced. So does this hold as support, or does this roll over? And this rolls over, I think 20,000 is what everyone's watching. I think that's very likely. Maybe a smidge above it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 20,200 just because. And here's the fib expense, just so you know, where this is a 2,000 low, and this is a 2001 high. So far, the 0.618 retracement is holding strong, but so we're still in a downtrend, right? Bitcoin's still in a downtrend. So what am I looking at Bitcoin for? So if I'm looking at risk assets, right, Bitcoin is probably the riskiest of risk assets, because technically it could go to zero tomorrow, right? It's very possible, or it could go to 100,000. No predictions here. But I'm watching this to see, are people putting risk on or risk off in the market? And I think if Bitcoin closes below 30,000, at least next day rolls over, I think there could be a waterfall type effect similar to this type of situation right here. And I think we could see 20,000 in a fairly short order. And that's was it 33%? Yeah, roughly 35%, something like that. So I think that's a big deal. I think this is a good measure. So I'm watching, over the weekend, Bitcoin never closes. I think Bitcoin is the chart to watch this weekend. I think lumber, if we're going to roll over, I think that's an important chart. I think value line geometric index, I think that's an important chart. Obviously, interest rates, TNX, what this does here, that's an important chart. QQQ, breaking out, not getting oversold. Is that a problem? I don't know if that's a problem or not, but I think this, a retest here and see what it does, if it does, or does it go higher and get into this area right here? Those are important charts. Like if we go straight up this week, right, and that'd be probably the most bearish sign I could think of, is like a blow off straight up. By the end of within a day or two, we're up 4 or 5%. Right? Enjoy that if that happens, because that's the probably a straight up blow off area is the bearish scenario here. A retest and then a hold is the bullish scenario, and it makes these fibs inconsequential, which is possible. Yeah, I didn't look at IWO. Let's look at IWO. Okay, that's again a bullish scenario. I like that broke the downtrend line. I think now we're contending with this area. Very, very possible that let's take this downtrend line. Doesn't matter. I think that now it's got the next level to prove, and then it makes the right side of this base, and I think then it's game on. Right? If we could do that, that'd be huge. Not quite there yet. Let's just see. Yeah, again, not getting to that overbought area. Right? It's got to kind of get overbought. Doesn't have to, but I think it needs to. Anyway, that's it. Know your time of year. Also, we're going into the week before 4th of July, the trading shortened 4th of July week. Tons of people are on vacation. It's going to be lower volume trading. Moves could be exaggerated. So just be aware of that. I may or may not be here next week. I'm not sure if I'm going to release a video yet, because I'll be my vacation will officially start, and so we'll see about that. All right, but anyway, appreciate you guys watching. If you like this type of content, like and subscribe. Don't guess at anything. Wait for the things to happen, right? Wait for the interest rates to move and things to happen. I anticipate a little bit too much sometimes, and that's on me for doing that. But the moves there's a lot of potentials out there. Man, that Bitcoin chart. Woo, that Bitcoin chart is interesting right here, man. Watch this chart. All right. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Take care. Good luck this week. Bye.